Hi, everybody. Um, Question was raised today or yesterday or something um, about CSG tools and why you should not be using it. I'm going to go on record and say use it, don't use it. And I'm going to do a quick little video here just to show you why and why not. Uh, Generally, we're going to be leaning towards the why not. Okay, I made a quick little map here just so I don't mess with my own. I just named it "Do Not Do This Shit." So, okay, let's get in there and take a look at CSG things and why you don't really want to mess around with it too much. Okay, it's coming up. Okay, I made this a little while ago, so I'm actually just going to get rid of it because uh, I actually made this video twice. The first time my voice didn't pick up. So let's just start it over and see if I can do things right this time. Okay, so that's all good. What we're gonna do right off the bat is get up into top view. I mean, I'm gonna work basically on grade 8 here today, simply because why not? Let's just make a simple little box here. Make it any size really, because it's not really gonna make any big difference. We're gonna make like a kind of a make-believe structure here. Okay, since I absolutely hate the default texture, let's switch it over to the standard cock for now. Okay, now let's get down to the nuts and bolts of this. Let's bring this down a little bit. That's a little bit high. Okay, so that's just a standard piece of nothing right now, really. So let's just select it again. And I do most of my stuff from top view for some reason, but that's just me. Okay, CSG, do's and do nots. Generally do not. Okay, we're going to use a hollow right off the bat because just like in World at War and Call of Duty 4 and stuff like that, some of the previous versions of Radiant, it generally worked okay. And in fact, generally CSG Subtract worked okay. So I found it still works reasonably well in here. So there it is. I've just, made a very quick, very simple, very basic structure. No big deal. Worked just fine. We can go in and take a peek around. Everything's good. So I would generally have to give this a thumbs up. I don't think it's a big old bad thing to do. So let's get into where things can go off the rails real quick and why you should not really be using CSG Subtract. Uh, my recommendation is, and I think most people will give the same recommendation, if you want to make windows and doors, etc., and stuff like that, or hack out a corner of a building, or whatever you want to do with it, use the clipper, use the clipping tool, much safer, just as quick, and once you get onto it, uh, you won't even think about using CSG Subtract anymore. So okay, let's make a doorway in here. So I'm just going to draw just a quick little block here. That's where my door is going to go. Now I use let's just bring that down to door size and not take up the whole side of the building. That's not even going to be true door size, but let's just pretend that I'm putting in a door here. Okay, so what I do is obviously probably the same as everybody else. I just extend this brush inside of the structure. There it is. That's where my door is going to be. So basically we're ready to go. Normally I give it a different texture just for contrast, just so I don't lose sight of things. And at this point, let's see exactly why you don't want to use CSG Subtract with Black Radiant or Radiant Black, whichever way you're going to swing today. So there's the Subtract. Boom. What a mess that becomes all of a sudden. Why, I don't know. We're well, we're still doing the alpha team stuff, but the alpha testing channel. This was brought up like real early, and it was verified by the devs that, well, this is definitely a bad situation. And I think generally the consensus is just don't use it. I tend to agree with them. Worst thing is it actually kind of worked. So if I delete out that brush and all these other brushes that it made, that's not even all of them. Let's pop down, look up a little bit. There should have been another one there, but that's the weird thing is it does a lot of different stuff that it really shouldn't be doing. That one was there, so we got rid of that. So okay, it's there, but now it messes up your light. Something wicked, and you can't do anything about it. You see, you've just basically messed up your map probably. So ask yourself, is it worth using it? I don't think so. So let's back up here a little bit, because there is actually something I'm going to show you. I'm just hitting undo until we get back to our very beginning. Okay, I hate that default, so let's just turn it back into pocket. All right, so we're right back to, as you can see, just a solid brush. Again, nothing there. Everything seems to be back to normal. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make this into I'm going to save as prefab. Now, since I've actually already done this, I'm not going to do it again. So all I'm going to do is just delete this. I'm using two monitors, so you can't see what I'm doing right now, but I am just going over and just grabbing my prefab out of my prefab browser. I just turned that thing into something called test block. So I'll just drag it back and put it in. Okay, let's kind of bring it down so it's more or less touching my fake ground here. Okay, so there it is. It's a prefab. Let's enter it. So, okay, now we are outside. Since I've used this one before, you can see I actually did that. I actually made that doorway using subtract. I'm going to prove it because I'm going to make a window. Just back to top. Okay, there's that doorway. So let's work on this side. Again, I'm just going to make a quick little simple brush. Shove it inside so it's splitting that brush. Let's get the size up in here somewhere. Okay, so that's basically all right. So we're going to put a big mother window in here, kind of a bay window, I guess. Change that to concrete so that I've got my kind of contrast, so I can see where it is. Okay, select it, hit subtract. I just hit it. Doesn't look like anything happened, so that means it worked. So let's just get rid of it. There it is. We now have a window. Again, though, I can't emphasize this enough. We are outside of the map, and we're using just that prefab. So let's save it. Leave our prefab. Come back in. And voila. There is our window. Everything is, I don't know, as far as I can tell right now, safe and stable. Will it remain that way? I can't give you that guarantee. Nobody's going to give you that guarantee. So even though it works, if you save your structure, your brush, whatever you're working with as a prefab and work with it outside of the main map, it seems to be okay. Seems. That's the big word here. Seems to be okay. So use it, don't use it. I'll leave that up to you. Me, I generally don't use it anymore. If I want to do something, I want to cut out a window, cut out a door, I'm going to use the clipper tool. It's just as simple. More often than not, it's quicker. And once you get used to it, it's like breathing. Basically, you don't even think twice about it. So if you want to be safe, use the clipping tool. If you want to live on the wild side a little bit more, then do it just like you did, just like you saw here. But I'll tell you right now, if you use that subtract tool in your map, you have probably just ruined your map. So forewarned is forearmed. Anyway, I hope that helps a few people. And if you have any questions, you know where to find me, mappersunited.com. Hey, thanks, guys.